Here I am again. I'm Victoria, and I am married to an engineer. After my last public service announcement, a female family member, who shall remain anonymous, thought I did not go far enough. But that was a test run, and I'm happy to say that the engineer survived quite well. I've been married to this engineer for 40 some odd years. Now that statement right there is going to cause him a little angst, because he will not be able to believe that I actually have to count the years on my fingers in order to figure it out properly. He probably would expect me to know how many months, weeks, days, and even minutes that we've been married, because he certainly does. But I think I can say that he is sufficiently secure in who he is in order for me to continue this series. So, if you live with someone who is engineeringly enhanced in their mindset, this is something that you can probably relate to. And if you have the engineeringly enhanced mindset around you, it might be something that would help you. So, as I alluded to, there are specifics. The specifics are all important to the engineer. When in the presence of an engineer, we mortals cannot just get away with the words about, or often, or even the word sometimes. Those are challenge words. They come with an inherent invitation in them for the engineer to see whether the context in which those words are offered are accurate. So the word often, for instance, turns into how often, with the appropriate data to back that up. So be careful when you use words like that around an engineer, because the engineer will exit the conversation, turn on his computer, and actually get specific data to support the word. So to give you an example of this, the other day, my engineer came home and plopped himself down in the chair and said these words: "They're lying. I don't know how they can get away with it." Well, I thought maybe he was listening to too much news, and there was some political statements that were being made that just weren't true. That perhaps the spin doctors were at it again, and he was upset. So I asked him, "What do you mean by that?" And he said, "There are billboards on the side of the road that say motorcycles are everywhere, and that's just not true." And then he proceeded to name all the places that motorcycles were not. They're not on our deck. They're not in our backyard. They're not inside the grocery store. So that's just not true. I just patted him on the shoulder to comfort him the best way I knew how, and exited the room. I'm Victoria, and I am married to an engineer.